Hello and welcome to Inside Story. I'm Yondan Latu. Hong Kong recently hosted its first ever international tattoo convention. It was a chance for fans of body art to see masters at work and even get inked themselves by talented tattoo artists. And it was a privately organized event, of course, because the government would never sponsor or support the tattoo industry. Pulling off the convention wasn't easy because of the stigma that still surrounds tattoos, starting with finding a venue. But in the end, it was a success, signaling changing attitudes towards what people are now starting to see as a form of art and creative expression.
We live in a society where almost everything is becoming disposable, but tattoos. Many are deeply personal.
Chinese word.
Living now. Now. I'm living now. Enjoy this moment.
Enjoy this moment.
No past, no future. Just now.
Recently, tattoo aficionados flocked to the city's first ever international convention, a rare chance for artists to display their craft.
This is the first time thinking of this this project for almost 5 to 10 years, and then now we make it up. The purpose of organizing this convention, because for Hong Kong, as Hong Kong is a very popular, very famous city, and then we can have a look, and then those countries like Japan, Taiwan, even now these days like even India, Nepal, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, they already have their own convention. In Hong Kong, no one knows about it.
It wasn't easy finding a venue for the event. Organisers were shut out of options such as the Convention and Exhibition Centre in Wan Chai because managers were nervous about having a tattoo convention on their premises. It was a reflection of the stigma that is still attached to the industry because of its old association with criminals and gangs.
Because it's not easy to look for a place that is suitable for the convention, and then a lot of limitation. So luckily I found Hong Kong Inno Center and to support us for this event. And some of the convention center owners say, wow, no, I don't want to do it because I don't know what is happening.
Gaby Sham is one of Hong Kong's top tattoo artists. He's inked celebrities such as footballer David Beckham and basketball star LeBron James. Organising the convention was a labour of love for him and part of an ongoing struggle to win more acceptance for his blossoming profession.
The response seems very good, and then people so interesting, and then a lot of people coming in telling me that, oh wow, this is a show, and then even you can see there's a lot of elderly coming in to see what is going on, and then a lot of big friends of tattooing, they come here. So the response seems very encouraging.
Well, the convention actually is going pretty well. Much better than we was expecting at the beginning, actually.
The convention is really impressive. This was done only like in 4 or 5 months, and look at the result. It's really amazing.
Is this comparable with some of the big exhibitions you have in the US?
Yeah, the smaller it is, the better, at least for me, in my opinion. And then you get to talk to everybody. You get to know everybody, you get to see everything. I think this is perfect.
For many, it was a chance to approach a talented pool of international artists, to have their bodies turned into a permanent canvas. The right craftsmen to suit their style and taste could be from Hong Kong, mainland China or overseas.
So many people came over, and it's so good to be at the first convention ever. People are getting tattoos.
The work is amazing, but again, China is like packed up of good artists.
It's a lot of people participating here. It's a lot of Chinese people who are really interested in tattoo business.
Others were just there to show off their illustrated bodies or to check out the different designs on a diaspora of living, breathing canvas. Among those considered tattoo masters at the event was Taiwanese artist Yao An, who's made an international name for himself with work that is heavily influenced by Japanese art. His speciality is twisting, twirling colours in elaborate designs that have won him numerous awards. Tattoo lovers have become more discerning and more demanding these days. They consider this art after all.
Yeah, changed a lot, yeah.
because more people getting into artwork, maybe more detail work and no more like outline work. So with more shading and look more like an art for tattooing. Yeah.
To the artists, the human body is a canvas upon which they can unleash their creativity and imagination. Tattoo wearers are essentially walking paintings. Beauty, of course, is in the eye of the beholder.
With this convention, I'm working with some local indie band player and then some DJ, and that's fun. This is a first Hong Kong China International Convention. At the same time, it's like a big party.
In a reversal of roles, the people without tattoos were the ones who stood out in this modern-day gathering of tribes defined by body art. Just a decade ago, tattoo parlors were scarce in Hong Kong.
I remember the first day when I came back from the States. I started my business. I started to run my shop. There's only 4 very traditional, old-school tattoo shops, 4 in Hong Kong. Now I can say almost 10 to 13 years now. Then it's almost more than 100 now. Yeah, I mean, you can say every week, every month, a new kid want to be an artist. So it's blooming pretty fast. A lot of people kept thinking tattoo belong to trial, and actually it's not. It's not belong to anybody. The reason of using this kind of piercing or tattooing ink, stuff like that, like the Maori, like the Polynesian, is same like an ID card, and doesn't belong to any trial or anybody. And then so a lot of traditional Chinese people kept thinking that tattoo is only the bad guy do it. It's not like that.
But the divide between those who like tattoos and those who don't seems to be shrinking. Historically, ink on the body has been the preserve of sailors and gangs and generally associated with criminal behaviour or membership of an organisation. Such outdated notions still exist among many Hong Kong Chinese, but times are changing.
For Chinese people to have a tattoo is something that used to be really taboo, and now it's getting like into the fashion industry. So you can see a lot of young generation of Chinese in Hong Kong want to have a tattoo.
While body art is still generally becoming more acceptable, many young locals are still wary about the feelings and opinions of older generations. But there appear to be inconsistencies when it comes to what is acceptable and what is not in terms of who can sport a tattoo.
This is my husband.
That's your husband, huh?
This is my husband. You can see he's covered full of tattoos. So for him, when we are in the MTR or we are waiting on the bus stop, still elder people can look at him in such a way like, who is that guy with all these tattoos, you know? As a foreigner, people doesn't pay attention much because you're a foreigner, you are different, you are weird, and in a way you are not Chinese.
Some people really like it. They look at it, they ask me, they take pictures, but some people look at me like as if I was an alien.